Hello and welcome back to another Revit tutorial. As you can see, I have my ceiling plan open and we will be doing an electrical layout on this little house today. As you can see, we have a little house and we will be doing lighting, plugs and switches. So I am just going to take this reflected ceiling plan, duplicate it, and I'm going to assign it to my electrical plans. So here we have our floor plan. I'm just going to turn off my base light because here we want to see our switches and our plugs, and here we're going to add our lighting, and then we're going to turn back on our range base underlay so we can see our lighting. So let's head over to our ceiling plan and place our lights. For this, I'm just going to use basic downlights so that we can get an indication. You are more than welcome to use any lighting fixture that you have. So let's load them into the project. I'm going to go insert, load family. Let me just go to drawing. Let's go to here, get my lighting, downlight. I'm just going to take this one. Let's go architecture, component. There we have our downlight. So I want this to be on my ceiling level. I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, one there, and let's place another one there. Put one by our entrance door, and 2 in the kitchen, and I'm going to place 2 in this room over here, and I'm going to place 2 in that room over there. So now we have our lighting fixtures in place. Now I'm going to go to my floor plan. And now, as you can see, we can't see our lights. So here we're going to go to range underlay, base level, floor plan, top level, ceiling plan, look up. And there we can see our lighting fixtures. As you can see, we cannot interact with them if I click. So what we're going to do is press LW on our keyboard. And you can see we've opened up line styles. So I'm going to go overhead for these ones. I'm going to highlight the entire fixture and I'm just going to click it. And we are going to rinse and repeat this process for all of our lighting. There we go. Okay, now we have selected all of our lights. And now we can, if we turn off our range underlay, now we can interact with that light. So now we want to add switches to our walls. But before we do that, I'm just going to go quickly to systems and I'm going to go to wire. You can use arc wire, and I'm going to select my lighting and just show that those two are connected. And I'm going to take this one. Let me redo that one. So you'll click on the lighting fixture and then you'll point in the way you want it to arc. Just click again and you can select your other lighting fixture. So let's go and do the same for our others. Select there. I want it to point this way. Want that one. Click there. I want it to point. Let's go up. So it's the same as the top one. There we go. Do the kitchen quickly. And our bathroom. There we go. And I'm just going to make this arc a bit smaller. There we go. So now we've shown that those lights are all working together. Since this one's only one light, we'll be connecting this to a switch. Let's go and load in some switches. Go insert, load family, and now I am just going to go and find my switches. So where's my family? See what's in here. Oh, it's not there. Let's go in here. Libraries. Let's go with UK. Electrical. Socket switch. Okay, here we have some switches. So I'm going to take the single pole and the double pole for this example. Let's go open them up. So let's go component, and there is our switch single pole. So I'm going to put the single pole over there. And let's go check a double pole. I'm going to put the living room one over here. Well, let's put it. Let's put this one. I'm going to change this one to a double. And let's do another. Let's do a single outside of the bathroom. And I'm going to put a single one inside the room over there. And let's put a single one over there. Okay, so now we have two. Let's put a single there for our kitchen. Okay, so now we have our switches in place. I'm just going to go to 3D, activate a section box. And I'm going to bring it in. Just going to try and get the section box put higher so we can see our switches. Here we can see all of our neat little switches. So let's go back to our electrical floor plan. Let's just double check our actual floor plan. Okay, so nothing is showing here. There we go. Let's go back to our systems and click on wire. So from here, I need to point it in that direction and to there. And now I am just going to bring this one, let's say that way. There is our first electrical wire. And I'm just going to click on my wire, create similar, select that. I want this to turn that way. And I'd select our light by the entrance door. And now we are going to connect the rest of them. So wire once again from this switch, I want it to point in this direction. Click there, and I'm just gonna neaten this one up. And now let's quickly do the rest. This one, I want him to end that way. Select that. This way and there. Neaten it up. Create similar CS on your keyboard. That way and to there. And there you have an electrical layout. So if you want, you can go and add additional switches. Let's say we want one there and we want another one over here. I'm going to change this one to a double pole, and then let's say we want to put additional lighting here. That light could connect here, but I don't have a ceiling currently on this patio roof. And the garage also, I don't have any lighting fixtures in there, so we can just ignore that for now. So now that we have this, I'm going to select these two. I'm just going to go select all instances visible in view, and I'm going to deselect this one. So everything connected to one switch, I'm going to go right click, override by graphics, by element, go to projection lines. We want it solid, and I'm going to just make this, let's make it orange and give it a line weight of 5. Hit apply and OK. I'm going to turn off my thin lines. So now we can see those lines are nicely in color. Due to this one having two switches, I'm going to do the same for this one by element, color, and let's make this one blue. We want a solid line and go with, I think we used 6, apply. But let's check how center short looks. Okay, that looks a bit better. So let's select everything again. Deselect the blue one, right click, override by element, and we make this center short. Skip it on 5, apply and OK. And I'm just going to change this one to the same line weight as the orange lines. And there we have a quick electrical plan to showcase your lighting and your layouts. Let's turn off the crop region. And if you want, you can go architecture, room. Let's just tag the rooms. Let's turn off my leader line. So that's bedroom 1, that's bedroom 2, this is the lounge, that's the patio, garage, that's stoop. And I'm just going to put that there, and let's see if we can just move it a bit out the way. So let's change that one to a vertical one. I don't want to move the toilet. I want to move this. Just going to place that and just move it a bit with my arrow key. Okay, so undo. Let's keep that one there. And now we have annotated. So let's check if we change our scale, if it won't look a bit better. 1:50, apply and OK. Yes, this looks a lot better. So I'm just bathroom and untick the leader line again and just move it a bit. And I'm gonna hide my section lines. And here we have our neat little electrical lines. Okay, now let's add some wall plugs. So we're gonna go back to insert, load family, and there we have a double socket, or double socket switched. Let's see, there's another bunch of sockets. I am just going to use a double socket for this. Go open, architecture, component, elevation from level. So for this, we would want this, let's say right about 300 from the floor. So I'm going to place 2 sockets this side and 2 sockets this side, so that the bed can stand in the middle, and then you can still, each nightstand can still use their independent sockets. So for this, I'm going to place one against this wall. Let's see if they want a TV. Let's do the same for this side. And I'll place one there. Let's go to our living room. Let's place some sockets over here. And I'm going to place some sockets over there. Let's place some sockets over here. I'm just going crazy with the sockets at the moment. Can never have enough. So for the kitchen, I am just going to do a detail line for indicative purposes of a cupboard, a kitchen counter. There we go. So now, if we want to place our sockets here, a kitchen counter is normally 900. Then you get a 100 mil splashback. So we want this to be at 1050. Let's put there two sockets, two sockets. And if we want sockets on the side of the sink, I would do an additional 250. So let's go to 1.3. So we know they are not in any danger of getting wet. So if we look at this, there is our socket, socket, and another socket. So now we have our sockets, lighting, switches. So if you want, you can go into the socket and edit the family. Let's go to our properties and see type image. So this, let's just go and search double socket. Here's some double sockets. So let's see builders. And with this double socket, I want the image. So select that, take a screenshot, and we will now add that computer. Where is my images? Pictures, screenshots. Let's select our screenshot. There's our double socket, and we can add the cost of 139. You can also add the URL where you find it, the manufacturer, assembly code, etc. I'm just gonna hit apply. Let's add some type comments and say electrical. I'm just gonna copy this and go apply and OK. Load into project. I don't want to save it. And let's go to schedules, new schedule. This would be electrical equipment. Let's keep it at multi-category because maybe we want to add the lights as well. Let's go OK. So now we want the type image that we've added. We want a description and we want the cost. So let's go OK. Filter by, no, it's fine. Sorting. We need to add our type comments as well. Type comments. Let's go to sorting. We want type comments. Filter by type comments that equals electrical. And we know our sockets has this in now already. So formatting, type comments, hidden field. Let's click on cost and we calculate totals and calculate totals. We don't want to itemize and we want to sort them by, let's go with type image. Okay. And there we have let me just create a new sheet. And let's go and place our electrical plan on the sheet. So since this is an A0, it is quite big, so this will look a bit out of proportion, but it's fine. Let's find our schedule. There we have our cost. So I'm just gonna go and get that description which we have. Let's go to my history. Quickly go into the schedule and paste that in. Apply. And there is our schedule. So now we would want to add our switches as well. So let's go find single switch. Single switch. I have an image right here. There we go. And let's just quickly grab a double switch. Okay, there we have our two switches. I'm going to select my single switch, edit family, go into my properties, and select this one, add, going all the way down. Okay. And the cost on this is 49 Rand. Go apply and okay. Oh, before we forget, we need to add type comments. Electrical. Let's go apply and okay. Load and close. I don't want to save it. Let's see our schedule. Okay, there's our schedule. Let's get the name. Go into the schedule. Yes, I want to update it. There we go. And now we just need to update our double switch. Let's go edit, check out type image, select our screenshot, type comments, electrical, and the cost of this is 59. Let's add, check if we description, and you can add it in there as well. So apply, okay, load and close. I don't want to save it. And let's go to our sheet. And there we have our sockets, our switches, and we have a cost estimate of the amount of items. This is a quick guide on how to create your electrical layouts. Let me just clean this up. So let's go into our downlight. I am just going to see lighting is our, so let's go schedule, new schedule. Let's find lighting fixtures. Let's just go with type comments, type image, and we can rinse and repeat the same process for them. Just exit that view, and we can add the schedule with your electrical plan. I hope this helps. If you're creating your electrical layouts, just ensure you select the correct lighting fixtures you want to use in your project. If they are wall-based or whichever family you are using, and then you can just use the wire tool to select them. There is another way you can do this. You can go to Manage tab, Additional Settings, Line Styles, and you can go New, and you can go Electrical Line 1, and you can make this orange, and give it a dash, give it the 5 line weight. Let's go create another one, electrical line 2, change it to 5. I'm just gonna make this red, dash, apply, and okay. Now if you hit DL on your keyboard, you'll see them here, but now you'll just have to auto adjust your lines. I find the wire route a bit quicker, so whichever you prefer, as long as everything is showing correctly regarding your routing preferences on where everything is. You can always go a step further and add data and internet sockets. So if it's a new dwelling, they can know that they can pull in the cables onto that point. You can add surround sound sections, you can add security camera sections, and the list goes on and on. Just ensure that when you create your family or edit your family, set it up in that way and set your template up in that way that when you create or insert certain elements, you know that it's already starting to schedule and you don't have to worry about sorting that admin out at the end of the day. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe the video and subscribe to my channel so that I know I can make more of these Revit tutorials the South African way. See you in the next one.